Hey everybody, welcome back to Fix Pro Tips. Today, we're getting back to the money. I'm going to explain to you guys why I've made Chime my bank of choice and why I believe it will be the bank of the future. So, why keep on waiting? Let's get to it. For starters, Chime is a user-friendly app that you can have on your phone, and unlike other banking services, they actually provide you a physical card, so you do not have to use your cell phone, which you can because you have your digital card, but you do not have to have a cell phone to use your digital banking card. You have access to thousands of ATMs around the nation, okay? And they have partnered with places like Walgreens and 7-Eleven, Wawa, so you can always have access to free ATM withdrawals. That to me is a big perk, especially when I find myself traveling all over the country on any given moment. So, what are some of the other benefits? Well, you have perks. For those of you, if you drive vehicles, you can see that the gas prices constantly going up and down. With Chime, they constantly offer you promotions as into how you can save not just a few cents, but a significant amount at the gas tank. And in most cases, you have cash back. So the money you're already going to spend is going to come back to you for doing the things that you already do. Along with that, you also get bonuses and cashback scenarios when you eat at places like Applebee's, Chili's, when you go shopping. So this is good for your day-to-day use, and there are many other layers to it that I'm going to get into right now. Something that makes Chime unique is the fact that they provide credit building capabilities, a checking account, and a savings account. I'm going to break down each account and explain to you why each account is vital to your success and your savings goals. So as you see here on the top, it has credit builder. I personally don't use this feature. However, I do understand all the benefits that come along with it. And so for those of you that struggle with poor credit scores and you want to get your credit score up, this is kind of a cheat code. What happens is the money that you naturally earn when you get direct deposits into your account, Chime will then utilize that same amount as a statement balance. So for every transaction you do and every time you get paid, what Chime does is it reports it to all the major credit bureaus as if you are making on-time payments to a debt that you don't really have. And so this saves you from having a high interest credit card, traditional credit card, which essentially you're working against the grain. So every time you use that card, you have to pay the high interest. And this is where most people tend to fall behind. So with Chime, what happens is that you have a physical credit card under your name that's constantly reporting to all the credit bureaus while you do your day-to-day transactions without actually owning a credit card. As you see, Chime also offers you a checking account. The checking account to me stands out from your traditional bank accounts, and that is simply because a traditional bank account tends to give you all these fees for folks that, fall on hardship and you end up having an overdraft, so you get overdraft fees and things of that nature. Chime is different from your traditional checking account, and I say that because not only are they penalty free for overdrafting, they actually support you overdrafting. They have a part of their checking account is called the Spot Me program. And what that does is that Chime will essentially spot you 20, 30, 40, 50, depending on what your Spot Me balance is or what your status is with Chime, so that you can go over the amount. They will spot it for you without any penalty, and then when you get paid, the next time you get money in your account, they will just automatically cover whatever it is that they helped you cover. There's no fees, no interest, no penalties, and that to me is a win in itself. The Chime checking also offers you the Pay Anybody feature, and your traditional banks have Zelle, and Zelle is a great feature when you go bank to bank, but it doesn't allow you to just pay anyone. And that is what, to me, separates Chime, because you can use Chime Pay Anyone feature to pay friends, family, bills, etc. And not only does it allow you to pay, it allows you to pay in larger amounts. So if you have Zelle, in most people's cases, you can do between $1,000 and $1,500 per transaction. And I believe there's a limit for the week and there's a limit for the month. Chime does not put those limits on you. They do have limits, but they're high limits. You can do up to $10,000 in a pay anyone scenario. That's $10,000 that you can pay in one shot. So if you have, a high mortgage, hey, you have to pay it last minute. You can pay it directly through the Pay Anyone you can set up. If you are a person that likes to write checks, Chime has the ability and the features that you can essentially fill out a digital check, and Chime will mail that check out to the proper person on your behalf. These are all pros of having a Chime account. When using the Chime Pay Anyone feature, I think the part of it for me that makes it so flexible is that the person that you send the money to does not have to be a Chime account holder. And I think, to me, that is probably the best thing about it, because all they need to have is a debit card that is synced to their bank account, and when you send them the money, guess what happens? They get a text message or email. They hit the link, they follow the instructions, they add the debit card that they want the money to go on, and just like that, the money is instantly deposited into their accounts. There's no waiting around. There's no other funny stuff. My bank doesn't work with your bank. No, literally, Chime Pay Anyone literally will pay anyone for you, and there is no fees associated, not for you sending and not for them receiving. However, if you are in good status with Chime, then you can benefit from encouraging friends and family to join the Chime program, as I will do with you that watch this video. I encourage you to hit the link in the description so that you can take advantage of all the benefits and perks that come along with a Chime account. Now we have the Chime Savings account, and this to me is the one that really brings it all to the table for me. And I say that because for those of you that have been following the podcast for a while, you know how I feel about the digital world, and you know how I feel about investing. Investing is not something that I recommend everyone and anyone can do or should do, simply because there's a lot of risk involved. But when you have a Chime savings account, it's not like your traditional account. If you have a Bank of America, a Chase, a Wells Fargo, a TD, etc., those bank accounts, those savings accounts, they traditionally have what, 0.0003% interest rate. What that means is that in a savings account that has $10,000 or more, you would generate about $1 of interest for that year. Essentially, you're not gaining no money. Your money is just sitting there while the bank uses your money to make loans and gain interest on it. So what separates Chime from your traditional bank accounts is that they offer you what is considered or what is known to be a high yield savings account. Okay, what's the difference? Well, while traditional banks give you 0.003% interest rate, a Chime account will give you 4% of interest rate. So that same $10,000 in a traditional account that would generally give you $1 or so after a year of generating interest, with a Chime account producing 4% of interest rate, you would be looking at about $400 of interest on $10,000. If you have $1,000, that's $40. If you have $100, then that's $4. Either way, no matter how you cut that slice, when you put your money into Chime's high yield savings accounts, you're going to make more money back. Okay, I will also explain to you why this is my preferred method of saving money. And although some folks are afraid of having to pay taxes on these high yield savings account, I assure you that the profit you generate is more significant than the amount of taxes you will have to pay. So for folks out there that are questioning, why do I say that a Chime high yield savings account would be more beneficial than a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, it's simply because with a Chime high yield savings account, you have instant access and availability to the funds that you have in that account versus a Roth IRA or traditional IRA. Yes, you may have access to the funds that you have put in there, but you will not have access to the interest that you have gained if you have not had your account active for more than 5 years or are at least 55 and a half years of age. Therefore, a person like myself that lives in the real world and deals with day-to-day scenarios, I understand that having access to your funds right away is very important, which is why I prefer to have a Chime high yield savings account, although the interest rate is 4%, and when you look at the interest rates in Roth IRA or traditional IRA, which can potentially be between 8 and 12%, I still rather have that guaranteed 4% that I have access to at all times. So just to kind of refresh everyone on what's going on here, we've been breaking down why Chime is the future of banking, in my opinion, and it's simply because they offer you all three things in one location. You get to build your credit, you get to get your direct deposits, and you get to have a high yield savings account. In most cases, people have their money spread all over the place because that's the way it's traditionally set up. Chime is ahead of the game, and they have brought it all to one platform. I've been using this platform thanks to my wife. She introduced me to this platform, and I cannot be any more thankful or grateful for being introduced to this, because prior to this, I was one of those individuals that had to utilize 2-3 different banks. And when I came to realize how much money I was leaving on the table by not taking advantage of the Chime High Yield Savings Account, I really felt foolish. I really felt foolish. Now, there are other banks out there that offer you high yield savings accounts, but again, they don't have all the perks and all the features that a Chime does. I would recommend looking into it. I will have the link in the description. Like I said, for those of you that are interested in a Chime account, hit the link, subscribe, build your account. It costs you nothing. There's no minimum balance, all right? But for you to utilize and maximize the Chime account, it will require you to have a direct deposit. You will get a debit card in the mail. You will get a credit card in the mail, and this will be the beginning process of just a great banking experience. Customer service is easy to reach. You can utilize the AI feature. There are 800 numbers that you can utilize, and there's also email. So when it comes to the banking scenario, if I have to say there's any cons, is that they do not have any physical branches to date. Now, does that bother me? No, because I'm not a person that traditionally goes into banks. Okay, any major money transactions that I do a lot of wiring and things of that nature. So I'm not a person that's walking around with a bag of cash. That's not me. Whatever I do is in that digital space, which it's just transferring to my account, and that works for me. As long as the funds are available, I don't care how they get there. And if I don't have to drive to a bank, get online and fill out some paperwork, it saves me time, and time is the one thing we don't get back, so that makes me very, very satisfied. Now, as if what I've been speaking on isn't good enough, I'm going to give you guys just a couple more things that the Chime app gives you access to, which I spoke about the Spot Me scenario, but Chime also has another feature called My Pay, and that's for folks that fall on hard times, or you just need a couple extra dollars before payday. I mean, they will give you your pay in advance, depending on how much you make, the frequency of your pay, and how consistent you are with taking care of your finances. Now, I know some folks have up to $500 available, and then there's other folks that have 20, 40, 50 bucks. But that's money that they're willing to advance you when you need it the most. And that to me is another feature. Instead of having to jump online and deal with the payday loans or any other third-party apps, this is a banking system that you're already working with, that you're already building that relationship, and those funds are readily available to you immediately. So what I say to folks is that if you don't need it, don't take it. Now there's folks that just say, I'd rather have it just in case I need it, and that's fine, because guess what? When you get paid, it just pays itself back. It's your money essentially. You're not paying any interest on it. There's no late fee. There's none of it. So again, this is just one of those perks that I look at as a big benefit for when you bank with Chime. Now, for those of you out there that are in the employer side of the fence, they also offer the employer features, so you can have payroll and things of that nature. That would be a separate video that I will be putting out. So for those of you out there that are running a small business and are looking for other options, I will sit down and I will break down how Chime can help you improve your day-to-day business needs. So there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope that I got you excited enough to go out there and open a Chime account. And if I did, make sure you click the link in the bio so that you can take advantage of the current promotion whenever you open your new Chime account. If you use my link down below and you get a direct deposit of up to at least $200, Chime will give you an extra $100 bonus for becoming a part of the Chime family. I look forward to seeing you guys get with it, and please let me know how you feel about it, how this bank system worked for you. Put it all in the comments, and I will be revisiting this probably about 2 to 3 months just to see how many people actually got on board with it. I'm Coach Fig. Thank you for your time, and I'm out of here.